2020 was excellent. It was really excellent because now, so went from professor and then bam, then professor is there, then professor create challenging results. He say there be the results equal idea more than 6 at than 9. You know, but you've learnt lessons.
Oh, Monsieur Nyamapi.
To say it was yours.
Oh, tell me more call collation center na mikita more results. To me the more results na mazokwe. But the intimidation to them are working Ashanti region for working Mustafa Minya Mustafa Suruki. Was the AK-47s 25 armed militia was
prof
was soldier na was a mask na binum was them in a chow round na what call war no
the bar honum
collation center. Now wash a military outfit, wash a boots. They back at the soldier for the only ways they won't the 1 year soldier for Nebinum Wabodri, a binum when you name tag in Tionocotina, Mr. Minim.
I would draw pay for attention to that. And I know quite a chum to Makai.
Oh, Makai,
because strangers, you have to draw the necessary authority.
AK-47 or a trickers until they can't carry it on the side into or strap one. One belt and a big grenade, second, and no more Ossen son.
And then only professors be more high to be some more.
I'm not going to in. No one had to me say true Mumpoda.
So they were there as what?
They were there, were being intimidating, were shooting Grofway Bassa. They shot and injured 3 people. Yes.
Is it on record?
Joy FM show one that night. I even have me to jump for him one for him. Maybe Metro.
And the results 26,701, 24,527. You still didn't believe that was the result?
Oh, Nazami Mokona Muenim cry. I mean, the results Namudu because the collation center. You are just going to call it and Conco Canaba and Sabano. One dispute or a polling station. Collation center, there is no dispute. So there were 2 polling stations. One of major and one sign. On also the number was switchy. What the midden, what the ma papa na papa needs what the mammy. What the ma joke at and what the joke at is in the mom. Into on one sign. Another one, warble figures Nankasa no the number no what the be account. And also one sign. So 2 polling stations, one a pink sheet na more make it one some. One comanka canaba na intimidation. I mean Pomoko and I went with my cousin. What's one time I'm inside?
Oh yeah.
Now Mr. Meeting or ballot box do. Also no. You didn't tell member inside. But luckily for me, now when I am Kasame Chapel, so I Methodist church, Bethany Methodist church. Intina minim hawa eba bag door me room mama coincide. Intima catch my cousin Donya she on my me kwan bi ne yakafa kwan de ko ya mu chapel ya de no.
Asempa FM.
Eskado kata no nya grow. Ya wo hwa na regional minister Kobi Ochridakun.
Asempa
in cahoots with Bobo. One so was
it Mesa.
Enyo, once what the more or what do you call it? Abolos, yeah, can abolos.
Troops.
Macho men. What the back home, what boy ballot boxes do, worry.
I don't demonstrate be shrunk could be in it.
I mean, put the 2016. I was Namo Collation Center. I mean, them dana what happened. Me second me who on po ya kankani amba. Obio Lucino or G2. 2008, the next election, I think it's 2012, 2016. Nina Obiaro Lucy Bia Ajogati since was set to constituency happen in 2018. Ono was Okafun first or Okoye, Owini, David Mason Okoye, Ojinachi. The next election, the same day now, Wabobona we win and then you pokon wide and work on seat. The next election, Onye Tom Brown. And I be onya abehat no nyeno kwai owini abehat or concede. The next election onye Tom Brown kwai owini Tom Brown or concede. The next election onye Joe Mensa kwai owini or concede. Last election I mean ko team dinu. Also unte kra was working kana ban. Was working kana ban na on the way losing was ofenti. Into all them na was started the warfare free. One macho men and one crofunda one bra. Me ballot boxes no fi kojo kromen. So all baba sana you have to pass in front of his house. Odu wana watch box what that inside. Were intimidating Crawford. People were fighting in front of his office. Oh, it's got to get an on guru. So mama once man stand the Mankasami supporters ne down in Caribbean or yeah worse than teaching myself.
Really?
Yes, AK-47 man could take me can in 25. On you be no so. And now go for we and also na many collation center ho. Ami mudu obe 7. Mitina wa to be 6 a.m. But why you want the no so mami nara okade no na obe na ye and it was never true. I was there, feely, live on your be no say. Mwonfonyina mututwai because what do baby na muhun system no. What do light? What say? What's so lighting? Na easy official. Okita pen or the face of the pink sheet.
Prof,
no see, you know, there was a lot of they created chaos and confusion. And what be also not on one day, into one day way to now agents no other will monitor the matter no way. Me won't be though, I don't no collation center. I made like in normally in Kanipokun for bear traumatized because that was my first election. Me put there, you know, bibi dam. I'm so me majuma on my lazy. A juma me ye because na minim de me win. And I'm so the juma shamansa me ye more brodo. I'm not lazy. And I'm nkado na my brain a crew monko hona. Baby a juma bia I'm ready to get in the mud in the gutter, get my hands dirty. I don't have a problem with it because me focused. Inti ejuma no na me so coming in wabaka de oh mami or yeah, you know, as you said, sort of politically unknown. So out of nowhere coming to unseat Obide Jogati. It was a big deal. So I knew that I made ejuma no da me and 10 times Papa Nezi.
Prof, are you speaking the reality?
Mama phone for you in chiro ne me collation
25 AK.
Mama chiro for you not sure what they were wearing. We try to collation center waro. So it's not that easy. But na minim de adwuma ne za amedze wode shamesa motu mayent na one home kra one home me adwuma.
And you still want to lead?
As for the leading the Iskado Ketan, I will lead the Iskado Ketan. I'll be the next MP for Iskado Ketan constituency because my juma wo Iskado Ketan for what the makuma e wona me fi e wona move from my she e wona wo what's the word ye na wara na ye ami man ya wana no ye ni 20 years ye de ma papa kohwe ma wa ye e kwan krupo papa bi eni ho sanitation nsu one of the worst kohwe yen classrooms e besu from my classroom, there are meetings, politics, there are meetings for classrooms. And the first thing I made in the Mekatinawa, mush around. A whiteboard or a blackboard into Montrodo. Desk nina we boo. Tables, I say. That maybe in school, or papa, and the way paint to one po on po or yet today, all students. And I will get together and away paint to school.
It's a Kaduketan.
It's a Kaduketan. Nanankatia school all ben. Tell the men nanankatia. The fourth, now what the school no what the two. I am missing one mess. Yer quench and I yer bahini. About some no risk. So MP. Why Jessica, why you get fund? Why you social intervention fund? Why you Kuno friend and NIH fund? Why you common fund? $1 million per constituency per year. Since Akufo-Addo bear $1 million, on your $8 million. See, that where is all that money? Yanka kwana say, yensu sama say apo de kanye no po abese ya sam kradum so no. Yen equipment him de yensu ye efficient community. Enti enyoma no enam no ode ye de chef fridge. Enam no ode ye de chef fridge because yentum e bia entum nton ni nyina the same day. Entum so ho ni nyina the same day. Enti edu baby a all day de be chef fridge. Ende yenya fridge po yenfa yen na menship. It's see the say yeba a shows lots of them asampa or good listeners nkrofo te nkrofo pedo wo ho asama wo record a oya no kwar no am sure dem when our audience na wo te no wonyim no kwar no wo no Ghana for year bro onye dem simple na oya kasa na brofa kese na onye dum so oyo dum sesi you know that kind of language in Ghana for I hunchirabo yen watching papa a school now work and free SHS and mbofromanupo they are not ready. Why in wholesale obiambre but when say school now mambo from 1 hour ban into classroom na grofo 20 other what and then grofo 16 na what them into egwampo nyi wo maybe no want them eko dining hall a mu school bi a mempede mo bo school ni no headmistress and osi open school a owodo yi dining hall tables ne mboframa ni bi beda ho because what mboframa abaka ho but one here facilities to accommodate them on microphone books na wan fe biamba desk an fe biamba classroom en si bianka ho nkan ko schools na the one thing I yan can want some only one sanitation issues one toilet na one bathrooms one toilet na one bathrooms one of my schools mo kwa me say into dem school ye besia na sebio echin wonsa ebe dem po na akwadam toilet ya na asesa wo.
But Prof, you've identified these challenges over 16 years. So how are you going to solve it?
The problem is solvable. Na anyi there ye be for plan. There ye ntumi ye ni nyina mpo every year mpo ye bibi kakra. Enyen ya ye manifesto. Ye twan ma papa Mahama ne manifesto papa no so waba. Onu ba na ye si ye release ye manifesto because the two manifestos has to be in line. Me papa Mahama ne 24-hour economy. Obe create jobs amam. Mami po me localize no nti menyi me.
But do you believe in a 24-hour economy?
I'm na say abrochi 24-hour economy na me meeting.
No, and I'm saying, do you believe in the 24-hour economy?
I believe more brodo because I'm 24 hours in our mama who I am today. I grew me fear na me we secondary school. Moko abrochi. I did 6 from Ghana na moko America. Moko American 24-hour economy na obuam because na mama na papa woniska. Papa no ejuma Ghana Railways. My mother was a trader. I mean, she had enough, but not the kind of abrochis kana politicians what you are abrochini bin. Me papa were politicians. Inti no wada mankasa me ye ejuma na mutuam school fees. Inti muko school anopa 9 by 3:34 na ma happen. Me be fear me bada 1 hour. The next hour na mo ejuma. Me ejuma till midnight. The Misikan na mudu to school fees. The Misikan na mudu to books. The Misikan na mudu shamu
rent.
Mudu to rent. Rent impo na ojiskane kase. The Misikan into 24-hour economy no. It works. It has made me who I am. Sometimes omutumu switch na no fun instead of Marco Juma moko evening classes. Because it's a 24-hour cycle. Sometimes me ye Juma ebien. Weekends na monko school no. Moko anopa 9. Ma pon 4:30 mo pon 4:30 ma san ma kwa another ejuma ma pon 12 so I do 2 shifts. It's a 16-hour shift. Yes, 16 hours in your first 8 hours or your regular time you find that one more.
But those jobs now are they available or local area?
The same jobs.
Are you talking about stores and I say also and
24 hours because they say
but is the demand there?
The demand is there. So we find the Kojokro market. Our constituencies, the one of the biggest market, and our Cancer Road market. Those are the areas I identify them in 24 hours. You find them in 24 hours. Na shop or you find the Abazimpo Norton, and my minipo market Norton Banchin. So otumoto onyan krofo ba sa kroba ba no pe krebe nyubri wa upon midnight crab and macha. Na ye na ye pende ye that the whole day. Motuma sir.
But Prof, 8 p.m. You've lived in a Sikado most of your life.
Yes.
Wouldn't say clearly you money be on my air brobo so and my nya de bit me run it 24 hours.
Oh, you run my
you want to do a local content 24 hours, but you need to be specific and know and fish out certain jobs be a demand.
I am extremely specific and super focused, laser focused with surgical precision. Me and Daguro. Mama can you there? Said them mammy na young fund our store. Autumn provisions. Ossi, may 3 shifts. Me papa mahama bomo enufano or peak and then peak high peak. Inti anopano electricity no be low obviously and so can the whole night. Inti you bring obomo tax incentive the way you bring now machine electricity or a time of use no better do. Inti na mami na kadam ami or volunteer ami me peda me 24-hour economy. Miss you for papers by more tax incentive. About other from me were unemployed because youth unemployment is one of my biggest problems. For one way bien na high one. Ekono bebe nyubi na ekono baba amachin. Dami nipa na oreba na ame me ye dem da na musoro na mroko da fa car me de kwa na ambo cars taxis abobo ya wo ho say praja so wide and waba abobo ya no po no na wode be movement of goods and service movement of goods, so the abobo ya person will also be working now. Say praja na waba no po no youth ebohum from ano 17 16 e people wey the city no was started or drive praja into the mumbo from ano so once we be adwuma ye wie so ye in the market na 24 hours or the ma one security into security for no so ye be hey bi aka ho. Post office wa how do wait 24 hours.
Prof, it's easier said than done there now.
It's not easier said than done. Say a
local driven 24-hour economy
is the game changer.
Security, energy demand.
Me sit down a game changer. Miss Ame a wana warm, a wana moon from our economy ye obey ya mama.
So in your constituency,
every child
in your constituency, if I'm running 24
the places that I've seen that are almost similar, what on the ban cars, all those kind of only Kojokro mehu Cancer Road market, mehu there our friend then in Crawford, baby ma what on like tilapia, those things are checking.
So it's already there and you want to improve it.
Yes, so that all the other stores around then one pun or one so boboy. No chede thriving na nor baka baba taxi baba trotro no so opa onu so be stay 24 hours. That is the miss economy no onu na Malaysians na for the Singaporeans na didn't wear my one krona no. There is no magic pill. A drew be anywhere bafa obo solve the unemployment problem. Abanumpo on to create enough jobs for all these youth. So we have to find innovative ways, and Mahama's 24-hour economy is the most innovative thing I've ever seen. Because I could London says Yara. The thing in London now is London is a 24-hour economy.
But the comprise is not too wide.
It's not wide. No, London for what shall see baby. If you say that problem no isn't into me, yeah. And at the end that we are muyambo from an world bro. I've been in school 5 years when you do.
That's the challenge we all have, not because of not because of a particular regime. From saying the way the academia,
regime is America say I've tried to keep it neutral.
No, of course, but yes. I'm saying say from academia, no, clearly, Ubedia dance here this has been a major concern for every Ghanaian.
So because it's one of the major concerns, regardless of party, regardless of class, the issue is Mama disappointing. We need to find innovative solutions to fix this problem. Because one, youth unemployment, or two, it's going to be a security issue if we are not careful. There are places like Aswanum now. They before warrior Sikagare warrior. People are. It's not that they warrior from Abano. It's out of desperation. Yen impenyufone ya disappoint one. Ejumana nkodi ye monone yanye. It is about time I na ye batina table corridor. Now ye be say what is the solution to this massive youth unemployment? 1.4 million was youth are unemployed. Can you imagine a country with that? You can never go forward. We are 67 years post-independent and Amobwa. And to Ghana po ya am Rwanda and Kokra because the Corona way the 67 okay the 70. 70-year-older and a 67-year-older what ambo breya umbo from our bre. It is an indictment on all of us, and it's incumbent upon us to fix it. It is Papa Mahama Banoka the 24-hour economy. I have lived that 24-hour economy. On your binosi, intimate 16 hours now. First 8 hours, or it's a one more 10 cedis an hour. First 8 hours, now 10 cedis. The next 12 hours, or 4 hours, one more time and a half. Into 15 cedis. The next 4 hours and or your double or your 20 CDs.
Professor Grace.
Into me, calculation, minimum order me and Juma this week. Let me dinner the Miska medical school fees, medical rent. Into 24-hour economy, or Biara, or Kade on your papano, then you pocono one or pray quality.
So beyond the 24-hour, what are the other two major reasons? I use yes, to John Drama Mama.
Oh, Papa Muhammad, one, his or you'll be experience. And say, area a jumebi, nedu baby na wajin sema. The best person is Obia Waye Bida. The best person that should the most experienced person and Namubwa because only no you made human Waye Bida. And President Mahama in the whole of Ghana is the only one poised and only one ready. Not only that, almost no experience, nor also almost everyone we know or anyone in politics today. Why assemblyman da? If the assembly why rise vice president why be your president until there is no aspect of Ghana politics that papa no on tinemo on him until yer kaka for bia awo ejuma na ejuma no obi aba wa be say ejuma na erefo bi ma wa be fixa e be fanyimpa na ma na no so no ye driver's mate na ono de ono po de car no ntinemo o ye mate na car no ko accident but when tumpo one Fred driver and do driver car yo ko accident to owie no also driver ami kita driver's license for car na mam na mon drive another nyimpa na ono why ye ejuma ni bi why a president to do nankasa we lessons when what it entails to be a president. And when you are in a crisis, which of these two people will you call? Mr. Asama make a devoid of politics, and the minister that mean politics. But America there, as some authors room, as some yet say ya, oba dayan kuma wane ye hunde, bebanya manedruno, yam fama yimpana okita experience.
So that school of thought or more issues of trust with the coming back of MDC through John Mahama. Then I will catch him.
Oh, Mama catch on any day. Says Yano, ye dum pempen subia, young Yamano, or ye chede, Bibiara say.
A ginsem.
Why ginsem cry? Into woman, yam fanyim pana, on no bottom why, and after all, no, over 4 years and I'm a boy. Oba no obese 4 years, Nemehena. The next 8 years, and ye bottom yankasa yashim, them time ye benya danger, ye dashim, ye would osimesi, on both sides of the aisle, NDC and PP as an American, ye bottom yaton.
But at this point, you're thinking that.
At this point, he's the only one poised for the job. Who else? Obimam one example of Obia Okita more experience than Papan. Now I am a don't put the Oraban so yan putting obey you. Ordinary a vice Professor Nana J na experience Besia. I just came from a conference in Kigali, Rwanda. Paul Kigami also no chrono say na wa ye war na nuanu mokunkum won na ekun na yiro kun mbano. Wo wie no na chrono wa ateto apansam. And the only way he knew how to fix it, the Odin Besiafo, because on him there or the Germany Shebesiansa Besiafon obey na we real.
Grace, I used to have
Ampara once I know. Tramos Rwanda and the wife. Papa Mahama na something.
NDC
on the next president
candidate for Isika Duketa and what is one of the initial comments. There are Koseka, the name is Koseka, is that correct? I'm more advocate for
the energy sector, electricity sector.
So what's happening there? More findings in there. What are we going? What times are we going through?
We are not going through good times. So I wouldn't be the press release be by. I mean, wouldn't say any near Messi Konenkoyi. The electricity subsector of the energy sector. No, I mean, low shedding in near Koso. But I saw the president saying he acknowledges the challenges and they are ready to fix it.
So you're fixing it, with your vast experience and knowledge. Would you say at this point, generation of financial?
Financial generation in terms of financial. Also, they be a betina hakase. Men fancy ama weti for me betina hakase. When it comes to electricity, na you were 3 a year bema a load curtailment aba. Technical problems, plants cut down. Nesa man. Financial issues. Yenye sika ento. Fuel and capacity issues, lack of machines, plants be generate the more den pa you too technical any lack of capacity, but financial there you should be able to resolve it. Sikasem there because your plants you will be creating me be a Ashanti region, as in a Mary whose name has changed to TK1. So I mean these things, once it's money, the government should be able to resolve.
Do you see something coming in that sector? Say, who analyze this situation? Say, this is coming, so we need to prepare in terms of finance.
Finance. I say, crack was a meeting. He came up and said we need more generation because of all the factories that are springing up. We see it's Mississippi high-rise buildings. So they be more pure. I used to say that we need to have an electricity audit of the country, a plan. Because if you have an electricity audit and a plan, then when you are going in for capacity, you know what you are going in for. Because as time goes on, your hydro, yes, you see a ton and saying I'm an boy. But because some over dependence during this time, ocean levels near from kakra. So there is really the need for yenya electricity plan.
The baby out, ECG board chair, assurance in few weeks, these matters.
As long as they get the money, if they're able to regularize.
So in few weeks is as long as they get the money?
Yes, there is Sikano. Because we have capacity. Unye sika de beto fuel no. Na cash waterfall mutimi hihye ne mutimi mo collections. Na sika bi e hihye baabi bia mutimi yi but say 200 million na e wo Ministry of Finance we men hu se ne ye electricity money be kwa akodi Ministry of Finance ba akodi.
Mo pensioner
entisa. Yes, of course. You see, pencil the near no cramponi say all the presidents, many America, mini ho say, ahuchire bi ba, or mutimi ekase young order crude oil through Ministry of Finance with Abansika. What am I say? His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Diono, because and why chairman of NCA, not a regulatory process nothing. It is only the request no commander. The first point of call to be fair regulator and say as an independent in the sector na yen sector no so no ye interrogating man say what they are requesting no if it is true he just calls the finance minister and they buy cargoes of crude oil because he always said it will not be good say you will lose share the moon still na amount for home further. So the same thing with His Excellency Atamil, the same thing with His Excellency Kofo. So I mean truly they had a way of making sure say sika wo hwaye de be ye adwuma no electricity Ghanaians enya the required power. Okay, so
any comment on what Professor Akayana
no, but took us a 24-hour economy now say local 24-hour
also reduce localized 24-hour economy
reduced because there are amalgamation of all the local areas in the Bay National. You can't say it's a 24-hour economy one crime and I will come no 24-hour economy if it is going to be
voluntary.
It is. You see, the way I say we are 24-hour economy. The way
but you believe in it.
I do. I mean, I believe in 24-hour economy 100% because me matabu chida. I believe in 24-hour economy, and I believe we say 24-hour economy no eboboa because you see, I'm to a matome shop moon my betana. Otemasiu. By the time I make coffee, not about 7. Most shops are closed. Me buy in matum because some no kind saying ofan kolana hon sem baby. Into matum, me bu. But Anki run the 24-hour economy. I'm free happy me coffee could be ba. Me could be in a matna hotel maybe at 12 midnight. Nama coffee. But about 7 now, over the area will be out to turn a shop na over here na ka won kwampo na se wo susu de wotum na wo den ukofi inti no 24-hour economy ne de me gitum pa me no de me gitum me ya advocate for 24-hour economy nyene. I always wish that you be a 24-hour economy. And it shouldn't be like every time you be decentralized Accra. For the 24-hour economy to work, for our economy to run, it is the whole of Ghana that you are doing 24-hour economy. So within your own area and everywhere.
That's why I said localized 24-hour
economy. It is 24-hour economy. It's not localizing the Bema national. Yes. It should every place should be 24-hour economy. On o'clock, Kawanka filling station and count. What I say, what's it marketing and everywhere, even the tailoring shop. Ese omutimi because nipa woni e ma hihye sometimes we do fie no ese okokogye atade anka odi beko baabi na traffic achewa na bibia wantimi anko
cause time wapon
but eno so kra be create employment because oye 24 hours obefa more people inkrofo be pama de mo because meaning 24 hours wo kwa matade bi mentuma bi da kwa me de be contem yes na wa pama mami obenya time apam enye sese wo be da me because o mre me kaye ko president kofo ayi me ma me Teresa wu ya ye ko na me ntima me de ko ayi sim stress no wa anya ne ntam ye de ba Kaiser King se mi nsusu na eche me otemase na eche me se wo ko fa obi de na ode bre me nti na eche me nti na se san de ko back na tetentema ni nyina na ye san apam ye 24 hours and then we na se me say 2 hours na wo de pam ye but nke 24 hours a mini how because over 24 hours anyway ni night shift for aba me tetentema no betimi apam so truly 24-hour economy runs everywhere wapon wadwuma wo pese wo to nsuo wo nsuo asan wo fie wa man tamudru baby a wo to nsuo ni ato shop no because you run it 24 hours so I don't think how anybody should say it's a 24-hour you have politics in 24-hour economy will help abroche wo ye adwuma 24 hour send you sika na nwumre kwa nwumre no emusika no mu odu chen de obeye na nopa in the 24-hour economy de me believe say esese ye nyina ye som ni ye na boa Ghana
Nana ya Jantu Akoseka, thank you. Beba discussion proper cozy. Patriot is saying MPP parliamentary candidate Adentan.
Cozy be am kwa mami. Na me kwa so to. O dem ka jinsu obeto mi ntimi nkofi.
Na say o fi wa Adentan na oba ko so airport.
And
about for cantonment.
And ba ko so kra so wo kurom bo.
Property owner.
FM.
Me charity for.
What's it saying?
Yeah, nyame
Oh, says Sikado, a choir prof show me the first 2020 says sign it here, dear. A horrible tea.
I caught bits of it now.
AK-47 25.
Oba be si opese o ye yi.
Bajo makozi mmere.
I'm say
me makozi mmere se meka.
Be se prof akasa otie ye.
Nti on kura. Ya mo mama ye nya yi. Fa bi kire no no we. Oh, see,
okay, so Kozi call point.
I wasn't listening to like God in the studio. Studio now or can local economy.
Yeah, local economy. Yeah, I
missed.
Okay, Prof, me pay attention
so I think discussion is on.
No, so go back can me busa constituency boko there.
Oh, boko. Yeah, boko patron. Message name.
Okay.
Michia with you for na dental for especially.
TBBA settle bit ma afasiti no.
Oh yes, I'm here. The battle is still the Lord's.
I see. Now so tease. I know the anyo na bebusa no question. Debbie.
Honorable Ramadan.
Nana. Maniko.
I don't know if I will quite never no encosue me now. Unim MP. That's an indictment on the not knowing who the MP is. Me that's say I love her support for me and a little mischief along the way.
Yes, now person can localize 24-hour ni bino.
Na me person make be more. About 24-hour economy na I struggle to understand it because in Chechemuno sometimes it's like a aspiration we but when say nipa na all can 24-hour economy no onya fofo oba be muda onya ne 4 years and Ghana for say abroso into be more for can count and be in fair beam and some of the questions that come up and when I'm having many a baby no din come 24-hour economy I want to understand say what you are saying because I want to understand it. I think the last article I saw was on 24-hour economy. It wasn't even about Ghana. It was the UK who said their 24-hour economy was struggling. I'm saying, why is the UK actually saying that their 24-hour economy has literally collapsed? But ubisa Ghana for omoka 24-hour economy. Question is answer. Now obi are going to mean to for allowances. And to mean to doctors for and we ejuma be 2-3 years and they were discounted. I mean, whose salary are discounted? You're discounted here and muka. How do you offer 24-hour economy What you saying? Because even on the normal 8-hour work shifts, aqua 12-hour work shifts, Ghana hano. And for ejuma on their basic impono, they didn't get their salary. And when you're a market here, how do you promise this? What do you want to say? You say okay. One of the things are a boa or no so not buying. You say we nya global crisis yenya ama yen asanya kwe chikakra in terms of how fast we wanted to develop. Into 24 no obey the same because only crisis bukrano. Basic salary of doctors went to Mintia. Nursing allowances went here. Teacher training allowances went here. Into be T24 economy. And then we message you on a platform. Teacher nibi or say or tiana nakuma because the embarrassment and as a frustration and fame. Omani be no to me for be say bomebusia unimsa. Madam for being who to meet China on kada. Obonza here call lunch what you got. The whole day no audio. Ubi say then how so this was school days so on can't use oniska but you can see say bibihano into ubi say man say oh baby o feel hoye den kakra into nya bia no den no so you can imagine obia no or what passion for teaching or going to teaching only for allowances to be cancelled and also bia or passion to be a doctor. And when it comes to doctors, teachers, nurses, but make us say I would wish they get the highest pay in Ghana. Teaching is not easy. Doctors, so under the circumstances, is improved over time. Is not that easy. But when to me, and your basic idea we are, I've also nipanin be juma opa onda.
So your issue is that when you are the pain, when to me and to Sanamo,
when to Anamono, when you global crisis, when you no crampo, when you global crisis, no crampo, when to me your basic salaries. Into 24 no much mono. Me ubi so bia. And ya na watch for to me koton watch anajo. I'm saying say Ghana Health Services grabs original na beans after 1 a.m. 2 a.m. Bare problem. Food, yes, you want food vendors to sell all the time, yes. But if you can't tick the basic boxes, how do you promise 24-hour economy? Because
so your box is not taken, non-payment of allowances.
Oh yes, it's basic because if you can't pay basic allowances and salary, and then our promises say obey 24-hour economy, that will boost opportunities for people to get work to do. How? Because basically, it will affect public sector. Government businesses will be
some government businesses
absolutely
should be affected.
So will he be able to pay?
Yeah.
Will he be able to pay? So we go back in time and look at the data and look at the experiences people went through. And the answer is no. So if that experience is there, there's a big question mark on what is being promised now. In me about 24 economy, I won't elaborate because and I mean so main per se because that's your policy.
Or a difficulty understanding the concept and as a because idea they say free association lead now
so there's a concept of governance, there's a concept of leadership, and when somebody comes into the position, you get to tell who is befitting of it, right? Inti waba pain wabetsna kunyano so pain obetsna kunyano so no be minkai adepotia or promise. Unlike MPP government, they promised that they were going to ensure free education for all at the secondary school level. They promised a stable economy. They promised industrialization. They promised increasing the threshold of actually social protection against for the vulnerable people. These are the things that MPP can.
Because who are MPP? Clearly you kind of too much
but not Mekai
2016
but not Mekai Atamils here. Mekai Atamils here. Atamils was one-time health premium. Okay, that was what he campaigned on in 2008. One-time health premium. Mekai no, ena oba abemu, ena Atamils training kwa. But even so no, na be the chair at the time no. Sanka Atamils into manya kwa sanka no eso yemano. No and ameboa. Because that was one policy that I remember. It's the only policy that was articulated that went into my head. So I don't remember.
So 2016, 2020, none of the manifestos. Anna BB.
You mean 2012 and 2016 for the NDC?
No, I'm saying 2016, 2020 for the NDC.
2016, I remember it was the Usain Bolt. Minimum say policy oh no ma Opejan and Zako show 2016 Opejan and Zako show now wa whistle no aka idebi keke no ababa say that was a no in Kai policy. I remember he was very vibrant in the actions near the 2020. The most I think what I say the loudest policy was the Okada thing. Okada, okay, some
regulating the front of Okada.
Yes, it was part, and it was the core message. Just now, now Okada, now people even saying, Okada for more also it's a large, huge constituency, then they can turn their fortunes in elections. But let's look at the data when it comes to Okada and the challenges. Let's look at how regulating them, helmets, any basic require in traffic. Look at the injuries they sustain. I think the Pape or that road safety, I know. If it wasn't him, there was a data about 3,000 plus people getting injuries over a certain period riding on motorbikes. And on accidents, no, you're losing a limb. People lose limbs. Either say one half neko and as one half neko. So I didn't even see how that could be a major conversation. And mind you, this is somebody who has been home for 7+ years. All you had to do is think about one policy that resonates with Ghanaians. One, in 8 solid years, Bakwa Wabeka. In Kofod na edi omachin to mean chechim. And even if you believe, say, you've benefited from 24 economy in a developed country. Now you're developing, now we are doing the basic building blocks. No? Basic building blocks, no buy a car went to me and buy new. Basic salary went to me into when it comes to 24-hour economy. Mine, I think, say, just say beyond one casa be chemu near TSA because as far as I'm concerned, I don't understand it. I'm not convinced by it. But I think, say, the questions would be valid and questions would be asked repeatedly. Did you pay your teachers? Did you not cancel allowances? Did you not justify cancellation of allowances? Teachers, nurses, one cancel. Now cancel, then our boss say who promises said the same teachers and nurses you're going to run a shift system. Now run a shift on Bekaja was an okofisca way. Now sumo minor yejuma. Cancel or cancel salary near Charles now then I'll be to me they cancelled it. So let's not pretend say it's an opportunity to say Bibi Fufu but we know who is coming, we know what he supervised, we know what he did not to do, we know what he cannot do, we know.
Prof, so which one of them, the big push, Prof, the big pushing was more time now. The big push by manifesto is the big push. I think something to that effect.
The 24-hour economy is not even new. It was in our 2020 manifesto. And it was to push all these youth into employment. Brofo is saying be another idiomatic expression. Also, the eyes cannot see what the brain does not know. I don't know when you're the brain does not know, so how is the eyes going to see it? So she won't understand it no matter how you explain to her. Obi otidamno wako school abrochiro me sure. Me sure the number na obo ho no nyo mboko school abrochiro. Me sure the number from an nuanum no wa abrochiro one wo train one from on the 24-hour economy. Otina Ghana ha oyebesia obewo Ovia or Onusubo, Ninuanum Waha, and you know, I am a mini papa no one yibino, on the engine and Waha, then can change the 24-hour economy now, Equa Bruchire Huno, Equa British subway, British landing boyfriend, and tube station, Equa tube station, and would there worry a Juma 24 hours. Wa Bruchiro, into that is why it took any sky of holidays were UK. Etina Ghana ha. Shouldn't you want the same for Winnie na Wahana? Shouldn't you want the same for them? That is what I want for my people in Ghana. And one papa na one mami, 1 year politicians, 1 word politicians, 1 year sikano. One so other men ye ko hunu wa abrochino, yezi biba. Yen krom na yen so yede boa yen bo from na worry brain. Inti said ha na wo enya holidays e kwa abrochi. And no fun etumo for buses echo around eshe a friend and tourist centers. I'm talking about the UK. You can go to the O2 in the middle of the night. You can go and see movies in the middle of the night. The time being you were about to in your train, buses or them 24 hours and
Night bus.
Night buses in you are. Anna Akobio, I could you win Yaba. A drew Wukroman or there, Prebima Wukroman. As you know,
is a policy about traveling. The policy about traveling.
The policy is about the 24-hour economy, and I'm telling you what the 24-hour economy is doing for other jurisdictions.
So, Prof.
With Nyansafa, what's your corona, what abruchino.
So, Prof. The Ekosua
Adenta, and from our Adento, when you do you, from our Adenta.
That's what Obusa said. That's what Obusa.
So it's incumbent upon her as a woman, or Bessia Ewa Beday, Bessia Jama, Super Ebia Awumbano. It's incumbent upon her to want to offend and employ these kids.
There were no women.
And the only way to employ these kids is by the 24. Can I finish?
No, you cannot.
It's by the 24-hour economy.
Yama Prof, when you have
a now why drink Nankasa no one correct into the entire.
Debbie, Prof.
The eyes cannot see what the brain does not know.
With the Prof, with the.
I think I've just been insulted.
No, it's not insulting. It's a dramatic expression.
Prof, with the Wadaruma.
It's a figure of speech.
Okay, so good. Say what to me was saying, but I know what to was because the member has a mentiasia. And so, you need my vote. You don't have. All right, say or trim.
Of course, yes, but
that's the same. That's the same. Ubisa in Chechemupe. This is the posture. Unim nyansa.
But also
now, okay, let me just say something.
But or your fair unim your can. So more can no can say the first question is that.
Okay.
Or say the unyamia ya duma ye nyina ya kwa abontia kosua no.
No bi nko ya.
O de mebo patwe. Or say adentina enye implementable ewa. Reasons why you think that those things on your privilege are made to be me raise issues about energy, about security, and about demand on the 24 hours.
Absolutely.
So if you have any issues, I will raise here. Then what magazine must say? Misro kakra because when
me I say misro me I am she because this is the same attitude no more 2020 with every policy they attempted to explain. Ubisa nchechemwa dispassionately ubeka no otwi mu say
just a honano
no atubo irrespective of who you are talking to. Sabi me share no program so that and your professor and a doctor them say nimdie ekosro there's a modicum of respect or I would be more be a sebi unshi under the crowd net said so. But it's neither here nor there because they musuni or mobile into me. I'm not surprised by it. But the assembly chair mechanic said Obia nursing and teachers allowance went to Mintia. Obia doctors
a reason for not paying say omuka say ye gidi say ade ne ya consider it nipa do do na betimi abem amomanya kwanya
okay into ede na ye dey aba yetimi tua sa allowance.
That's your strength.
Absolutely. So we commend it. Now we've been quiet, respectfully say wo abanum at the time omutwe mu na onya justification no de na onya oba wa abadaye. Where was the conversation that yen show na bi mu ye mo browafu
enrollment in Kosro?
Yes,
because you can hardly nipa do ntime.
And also you whatever their reasons are, they didn't pay them. They didn't see the need to. They justified it. In fact, edu baby kwampa okache yen say Ubekaya, I forgot the exact year of, I think it was 2015. Our Ubekache and say, what promise ya in terms of in the deadline for doing so. Promise bium because he sure said Ghanaians are tired of his promises. And I'm going back to the conversation we just had last month. I believe he said it came up. It didn't come say I don't think it's intentional for us to experience what we're experiencing. And the challenges had always been about payment, more or less. That was Tuesday. I believe the Deputy Minister of Energy,
now board chair
of, he doubles as the board chair of BCG, was categorical in his statement, say, crisis now you're facing will end in a matter of days. Now, my say nipa 3 eti ho now be so almost say, are you experiencing these challenges? It very well might be say if they are all not in the same area, but Akubeka say no experiencing once a week. But Akubeka say on the whole weekend no ni. But Akubeka dia kacho say they are okay they minimum but Mr. Rosa make say I'm not experiencing it now. They are starting to affect me. I know people who didn't experience it. Me, the worst I experienced it was in March. But April, being experiencing, this and I may experience in March. But they communicated the challenges to us. Until 4 years, we didn't have power. And we've had certain challenges, and the government has communicated at least to let us, somebody who say, okay, these are the challenges you are facing, but it's not going to be long term. And then, because it affects a lot of things. But even when we are having these challenges, Kasa Crown Kofua Kano, Sebe, I think it was the silence at a point that was irritating to people because time off. And sometimes you question and you tell say, oh, gas line, there's a trip, and they didn't even anticipate the trip happening. Of course, technical faults happen all the time. No indication, na light be aso. I feel sparkle car and go. It happens. Ubeka say manufacturers should have warned you ahead of time or something. No. It happens, but the challenge is how quickly you're able to resolve it. And yenim say, sir, 3 to 4 months challenge, and for some people, it's just been a matter of a month or 2. It's not going to be a 4-year challenge. Okay. It won't. Right. But the term is not what is going to put the lack or the inability to explain what a 24-hour economy is, because basically you are being told that say a 24-hour economy to experience it, way to find that now be appreciating it more. People don't need to travel. Who here say ube to quite answer na what today can say. In TV so people experience life through even watching the arts, videos, TV shows and everything. Okay, so they have enough common sense. Don't insult the intelligence of Ghanaians by sitting here saying, "Uni nyansa." It wasn't the same. You don't speak for me. Uni baby amako. I know the share that, so you can't anticipate where I'm gone. But it's important that because behind the console, and you're cozy now. Ne kasa o. Ghana for now no mo kasa. So kasa omu. It is in direct response to the people who even might say now who say who vote but Kasana Wakano Prof I guarantee you say it will take people's minds away.
Prof, but let's not believe it.
The youth are suffering.
Okay, so okay, so Prof, okay, the point is, fortunately for all of us, I insist that, especially in these times, measured in what we say on radio, because in all humility, attaining professorship we are very
yes okay,
so yambra conversation
because
yeah, and what happened in your party UPS
I know they need you mama Professor Nana Jane Opoku the running mate for Dramani Mahama was outlawed. For me, as a young politician, as Besia, as a friend and professional, and a mania politician, I'm about politics. I mean, it was one of the best moments of my political life, or my academic life in general, because ehwe ne credentials, ehwe ne achievement, ehwe baby and maame no onye ne bodri na. And more importantly, as an African woman, ceilings, glass ceilings that maame no will break. She's the first of many. Inti young politicians and who be the ma. We are so enamored, we're excited, we are happy for her for breaking all these glass ceilings because it makes us and a young girls are Ghana waka one day and one the 13% pen over to work politics in Kefuni and I know 67 years after the fact and in Benufoncotin and you want to in Bessiafun in Bessiafun Power Yabama 13% penal. Them 13% and called and Kayan funded P. They Bessiafu P. Young girl be a origin or more constituency on Sumudo or Moso Dache, me pedemia president and I me pedemia vice president and now also me pedemia member of parliament and the margin and the Dayakoyeno. One by him be afuni na ya reassured. One by him be afuni ya would they able to me ya one man be afun when would they ya wire shame. One man be afuni ye would they Ghana or Konenim because yet I should be seeing and what's it as I should be seeing and sir as I should be seeing in our one sir. A titi be see a titi croning in.
So it's a vote for John Mahama or a vote for
it's a vote for John Mahama for making that great decision because it takes a man called from he for she Benina Otimbesia for one place to pick a woman who is competent to pair with him to come and run the country because John Mahama will be the next president of Ghana and Professor Nana Jane will be the next vice president of Ghana. Between the two of them, no, Nyoma wa kwa chill Ghana nyina, yen free SHS and wafome worry, yen economy wa tanky, yen wa friend and yen all the indices, financial indices, Moody's na Fitch na there was there, yeah junk status and yen dollar now says yeah we could almost or it's almost 14 now. The dollar that was supposed to be arrested is now 14. It brenna yer breya kotaza, sikana yenye biyen fonton, and China waba kronumun in sooner papa na yenye bi no dunso na waba na say yenye the minya menina President Mahama in his friend infinite wisdom no hunde or di besia or the form no because to the mama ken as the juma she besia ni sa as that she busheni nyina wonsa inti President Mahama ni visionary leadership no one ono no more peke maame no inti between the two of them the army the wareshim kra 7 months obabara oba the monko febi ni e the Ghana besha wonsa ni ya wankasa we hu difference I will be making only for years
Tana John to dey see no dey addition yenye film na me dey say ohwe wakin kan nsem bia pie film aba ebinim nsem ni bi ni say na wan na ni din dan for you we dey bin see that say yakopa obi tomorrow ni mate dey nsusu de benya wa amanyo say abato so ene asitene mu
o ma hima ma mencha weti efo bi o memom de ene me kan o sister station back so say me event ne de me feel say na ehun hia
was not necessary.
Yes, because nipa na ye almost omo pa ne hontum. Hwe ye outdoor akola because we foforo. Obi anim ya wa akola to ho. Ye yi ni kire se akola ketwa no wa ba wiase oye hoho. Ye maami wonye hoho.
In politics or hoho.
Onya hoho 2020 no
But you saw a different person yesterday.
No, we see the same person. Please, mama mane nyete said they were your hoho na. There be Mammy, my in politics on your hoho down. We understand and I make a job. We understand. Yes, I'm a man of crime, my name yen self. Mammy no jina hono you be any more middle. What am I say? Who shouldn't ni profiler or ya ni mod why ye near ma what send you
can so
but break ceiling no. The first female to be a VC of a university in Ghana. What I say? First VA, ono no breaky kwan ma be ye VCs. Ono no free one ye be fa tech necessary o ma fa legon. What am I say? Intima monya mo outdoor kwan, mo outdoor bia ye nimu no. As if so ye novice bi ne ye kwa outdoor no. Me hu ne sese wo so wo ye friend ne say opposition. Na say ye ka prudence ne ade asa ne ma we say ye sika. Ebetimi aye bibi wakọ high hall my billboards ni ade nipa aba time mami we fan or UCC as first female. Everybody was happy and everybody knew her. One because we a novice. I one on a year one your friend 2016 or say 2012. 2012 on na or your moderator. Obusa very relevant political questions. Economic questions. Ono NSA Minister for Education. Ne ho amasem da. 2020 obeye running mate to Excellency John Dramani Mahama. 20 your friend is 24 years fan. So e dey be na ye foforo.
Ti unjin tum de course no.
Dey be no de say event no. Me dem feel say one maybe some more press wire.
That's true.
Yes, for her to talk to the media. The opposition they say, oh yeah, events baby. And they say,
fanfare.
Yes, so it's me yeah dear. It's me. Obi our government mu yes I want no.
Ono anasem.
They ono anasem, but what the person we check. Yes, when you break, o person we try say when you break. Oh yeah, press. Me them feel say be you know you dey na call press. What she does best and they say you busan the question where you no and no ne best day because we teacher ni. Ultimately ne may be a day be expert be obi aye ye de aka no ho. No but you busan the questions where you no ne press na ye den I interact. And na say ye de ne be kudwom grassroots. Ultimately na yakoyi na de na mai queen mothers ni ade
a BT handless no.
Media means a handless in a year yo. So why na year? Because near my baby no boy say don't get your crab can baby. Say I didn't know automatic. As a so mo year juma. A juma ni binu. And then me feel you'll be so catching and I dear back NDC for lucky a stakeholder consultations.
Oh, yeah, mom. And then I
NDC
stakeholder consultation you will know.
Okay, near the People's Manifesto stakeholder round.
There are key stakeholders. Me time I'm more curious. There are key stakeholders. I want to know more kasa. A fagene. Yes, especially media. Media phone be break complain. This and this in your monkasa. Yes, media want by me be complaining. Media bo ho kan na me free when fi me na me hwehwe we na me hwehwe and na meka.
So in outdoing such a personality.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, they be no ma me no adore no ho dada. So I don't know what they were doing really. She has adored herself. The first female vice chancellor of a university major. And university kwanchen major university. Why ye juma you were UNESCO? Why ye say you Ocean receive a Fulbright scholar. A master and was I, you know.
Asempa FM.
Wa no ankasa wa ado mo munye ne te said you know. What was my man or Casada? Walk Casa when in platform or Casa with force. Me him personally. The first that was she I'm catch him say one of the most intelligent brains I have come across. And I was very honored that it was coming from her. Because me as a certain level an astute person.
Onim de oye.
Yenya
no nye de oye.
Yenya no nye de oye so tia na yenya ya correct no because politics yan fa anwo bia. The person wo ye no ye ma ne nye. Ultimately, as if we say she knows what she wants, she knows what she wants to do. Onya kola o. O kasa with force. Onim de oka. So all this ceremony, me on say obi wo say wo chaperone na wo man fa ne best mba out.
Because onyo no na wo
da di jano. On ka de opeso wo ka otia ye be correct no. Otia nyina ye hwe no. Ghana hwe no. Se nyame ya adoma ye betimi ehu no as ye maame a wo be boa ame ye Ghana akoso. Me for me bibia ye oba na ye me fe.
You should have been targeted.
Yes.
The media specifically.
Yes. Media especially no because muko ye nyina anka media anka story na way. Come kwa ye fanfare no meja no. But so if you come to the media
na press conference.
It is you see on my saying it is not press conference. Press conference or there be as I say ye press soiree.
Yes, you meet with the media.
But too much attention here and koso the party no in terms of flag bearer.
The flag bearer there's all no ho. Adek ba omi ane na na do ho ne ba omi a wo mpie nje na na do.
Opie still.
Yeah, opie still. Na no kura na ya che na na do.
opie still.
What I'm saying is those days, no, a lot of things a change and economy, no, ye programs, or ye way, or you one or con. Ultimately, what you're not being said into the same thing they should allow you to do on flow. What did I mention?
Not the fanfare.
No, at this moment, sometimes to cramp on so to say, a come with you now, the sorry, I'll design and quan out around why yes. They be a better now, she designer, so come with you. Now, who are buffo? When babies I say, now crowd will be seeing. There's here Thomas in Runa, the way Beffy no mammy drew one to be when to made for a year fee, no so shut a dear show. I cock shame, K and Nasa Louis Vuitton and na baby or bag a good tower a shine as and ketua a ye cuckoo clo baby. What I say, Chanel a dear now they show for how far. Ain't no, I mean, in for Babette now, what castle. Yes, but truly, say, hey, what is going on? Intimidate me believe this as a set mama I mean flu. Onye ni paketwa. So we should see and me make us a me penas I have encountered them in a places ye didn't come ya sre. What am I say? But ye man onye free. A dean or persuade. You may say, some person go home and maybe I said, dean, no non persuade you, your persuade. Because I mean, ye too, when you were me and na a baby boo mine. Said Yankopon and Marco Yankopon, see. Maybe no on perso or much the one. Or the boy. Let's that you name the one. Obi away vice chancellor at a 10 collar. Officer 10 collar easy.
Your friend the rite of passage.
Oh, but your rite of passage, I can't open and me film. Rite of passage, you call him. Mammy, you're writing a passage, dada. You see, obey ye, Kuran, you remain rite of passage. But no way, Mammy, when you be out, and reaching or buy or bear crummy, baby, danity. What I say? Because on no crow by and near him, the chamber, Baumia by and near him, mammy, wait chamber, Baumia. Because you are tinny din. The young colony I teach na no poquaji my din, 1 year nipa. So the massing, it says we do politics, ma. Yafe na bayado bibia don for what? On share media effect. Ne media no, because when the bakery testament no. Say, mammy, because she no A, B, C, D. Yes. Okay, no time on my yadi. How many people even had the time to watch?
And then baby I show
media no so engage you.
Ultimate kwa no nya direct access ni ho ultimate me kwa mango ba ultimate nya direct interaction. Eno nipa sen na hwe yen kam ye be why no nipa sen enet na utivie na ahwe kwa media bi atwa na ne angle.
The access madam dey na bit my ya
mama dey na bit me ya aboa Ghana. Ebinum kwa say scripted.
Because you know,
that is the point. Even if see a trauma, no. Let us see on why your bar me perceive who so your bar should be ne bar no MPA. Ultimately, Obana with me everyone UCC as vice chancellor, no. Obana was year prefect for Wesley Girls High School. So ultimately, Obana was Shem Kolami and Sir Professor for whom, Doctor for whom, or only 4. Yes, Sir Obano. Ye pesi omunyina di enya se ba event o media say otimi pass media yi na okonanim cause we be some question yes we be some me go through that we be some question we be some when I mean petty no e be ba ade no de den ka wo ye no what you say enti I mean these things no hwe me MP NDC they make a job say they should go back to 208 the blueprint of Atamils how or Juma the way I was sharing in Niema when he was an underdog. Otemase so mutimi kwahwe sa blueprint omo fear no the blueprint na Atamils they to ho no send ye Atamils win sa election but most people no maybe no munni ho and
the complacency inexperience woman
there be complacency dey sim because ankesi edunketia ono agbese edunketia enka se bese so omo ye adwuma no ye chairman but be so na me ne nya adwen because wo na wo run troops me as general secretary CPP e kra ye number secretary ye baba be ye election party ni ginam Ni acheche general won are in charge of operations. General ye say elections at my office ho we wra ho no we pie we wra ho no we pie we wra ho no we pie near flag bearer meetings and then our party headquarters yam pnema won ko ye bibi wo baabia. The party is leading the campaign with the flag bearer.
Chairman no excuse me.
Chairman no casa. Yeah, party they say ye into ye ni numbers but ye was strategy. What am I say? Why they say there were issues near the but it was strategy. CPP was strategy. Organization decides all and we don't joke with it. What am I saying? The chairman no baba be kasa asem. Chairman won no general mo na mo running troops. Inti wo na running troops na say same way na wo kan then what has happened? Osuman crofo no mo nkwa na. Obie kwan no na obi mpese obekwa na. It is key. Say yetimi hwe we nyina because you see and many panyimu bi kasa what see you see NDC cannot get it wrong. They cannot get it wrong. I don't know why he said that, but he said that.
We won't get it wrong.
What is it? He said that
NDC
cannot get it wrong.
We will not get it
and
wrong.
panyimu make us say well, you're very neutral panyimu.
We will not get it
Or
wrong.
say NDC cannot get it wrong. Okay, but me can say bincho weekendi. Ne money be or me money be or politics. No, Mokache me said there was an election. It was UPSC. 25,000 people and a woho our motuaba. Whilst the MPP for no enyina empenyifo e wo ho no NDC for empenyifo no they were not there. Ama sosu a the constituency no wan ko ho me mago de meka o a odi mi sika ebre me mago de mi sika na kwa akoye adwuma wo ho teze wo de meka o ntimi ntua otemase there be some person meka so de sika na akoye nko wono anko ho a anka almost she was almost beaten by the police. Light to call off and counting wie yes MPP ni akola no wa win. Mama go nko na wo ho. Some person chum so de me call them sika akoye politics.
Your complacency are setting on the party.
That is the problem because aka mago nko a. Enye so ono na ka che mi o. Onkola na omo work ground ho no na sending me information say ma hwa asem asi. Na ye cry ye court because ye doom light and san on more county ade. Ntinka panyimu bi wo ho a wo gina mu a. Obegina o me ye county. O ti dem meche no. Mago oba besi abakui. Wa ye woman na yi de me asem nim se na obetua msika na man but enye hwe nyame wo de aye adwuma. O ti dem meche no. Nti no mago and the young ones told me say, "She, auntie nya mago a."
Okay.
Our gina manka police for no cry ya bro.
Okay, nana me das ye besa ba yen komo so bad mamenkai adofo won on wetie hwe nyina siname adoma on the 1st of May 2024 40 days of observation for a year the late George Dako Nana Ampem Dako the first or command to fene ewo ekropon ekuapem tiesre adofo nyina se yenkota ebusuachi ewo PUC Park Old Salem ekropon ekuapem na yenkota on china fe ye papa yo for 40 days observation ye nana George Dako Nana Ampem Dako the first yenkota na china ye ho hwehwe kama bio Daniel Wednesday 1st May 2024 8 a.m. venue near PUC Park Old Salem ekropon ekuapem o pese onya eye ehon popue bia na frɛ Kwadwo Bedu ewo 059 3923 566 no etmini Kwadwo Bedu akasa yeto nsa frɛ adofo ina se won betai ebusuachi bra 40 days observation for the late George Dako jumtini kese ekoso kozi na eyofe se oba yeda na di ewo the another major political party mu na okeka nsem a ogiri se obabua ne flag bearer so munya akwanya na omatima hwede de esese ede to yi na ato yi
Omani, I think say outdoor, you know, and then me mommy or Tim in chain where he Me mama back pe. Me papa down for as you like to remind me. And one many agene hopa because sometimes the truth can be very bitter. No credit to me yapa. But let me congratulate her. Well, is interesting say and as far as Ghana's history is concerned, you know, major political party Oba as running mate. Na makai okay nana Mrs. Rollins.
Nana
kone do yi nitizen ko pese odi party ni okay do mo de no. But ene do magia to mu ze Oba to me Oba ko biye. And I applaud her. Even here on Oshoi, I've been here and co-panelists have supported and also encouraging me, especially in regards to Adenta. And it's nice to see say Mbabe certain spaces. And no idea no say na ya kan you know. Auntie Nana ya sometimes I get confused as to even address me mama back up. Why the outdooring? A valid question. Bia na announcement no more 2-3 weeks ago no because my first announcement let me say 3 weeks ago me
yeah na me say Cape Coast na me something different no me
na me say no because say 2020 no omo danedi e de ne kire 2020 was na a whole production to say a lot went into it, the branding, the display, the delivery we no meant to show the whole thing but bits and pieces are me who you know what say teleprompter no baby omudi see you know she had to na so chia ne ho no kind but it would have been perfect anka all show him directly we wouldn't have known that it be quite na bibi o ha all kind iffy but it's all well and good. Politics is getting interesting. Say last year 2023 May and ye era John Mahama as flag bearer for the NDC. A year later, and away in a running meet. Michidi said, Dr. Baumia, Endu 1 year and sana, obeda ne running meet. Or can be biswa name it there, or say, me person me who said I make kind of trim, but I mean kind the her statement. Politics is about fighting injustice, hunger, hopelessness. In this fight, we don't need private armies, mercenaries, destructive ammunition, or in Ghanaian parlance, by heart talk or wanton ruining of hard-earned reputation. That is not politics, it is jealousy hoisted on cowardice. Now, I say, what can be a different kakra. But then, her messaging went to target a certain section. One can't the promotion of ethnocentric elitism masquerading as intellectualism, nepotism cloaked as know-how, weakness strutting as courage, and crony capitalism masked as development in freedom, shameless hypocrisy acting as objectivity. Now, there have been attacks. I don't repeat what he said, but Okambibi was very offensive. Okase Hili Nation, these are not the words that come from you. Okase, they are healing the nation. Now, I remember the heal bit was what I wanted to hear in her message. They casting aspersions just to get to power. And then those
aspersions, the realities are that.
It's well clearly we won't say about reality. We've seen here in the studio that people create their realities in real time. So I know the NDC you call it doesn't matter. So you're a doctor or a professor, they'll bring you to a certain level. You toe a line. It doesn't matter how well educated you are. Now. Which ethnic can I finish? Which ethnic group na all kasa form? Which ethnic group na all kasa form? Those were the red flags for me. And there was something she also said that the statement was, John and I have decided that whoever contributed to the plunder of the country must be punished. This is not a threat, but a promise. We've never experienced the levels of greed, unbridled arrogance, and hypocrisy displayed by this government. Now, like just 2 weeks ago, there was a final. The case was, came to a finality. Tamaklo Sedinam, right? To the point where Interpol so I issue a for her arrest. She said also on the stage, so obey shrunku sebe ono na odene ho as running meet. Hono na miem she make a because just 2 months. Okay, ne outdoor and it's just about a month ago. Video ne be pie na ahoy promising say obey head of state.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Obey to me. Also, I guarantee you, he literally said he predicted.
But the man apologized.
Nasa apology no man yente na no asem. Or grant interview that. Or grant what in a voice will be so no crowd no trouble. But it's okay. It's okay.
He apologized.
Or say I'm bridled. Then. Me, I'm just looking at it in terms of what. Wouldn't it have been very profound for her to say, let's start now and call out Sedinam, say, maybe it will be ombre fee, and they'll be there to support her to face the law. That would have been very profound for me because she stated categorically, said they are coming to fight something together. Now, say, fine women coming into politics, Sebi, even as hard talking as she was, no. Me to me say she was insulting, right? She was talking hard. And I say, grandma, make a grandma any DM because some of my mentors are her age. She's
address her as Professor Jane.
Professor Jane, but she's me Pacho. I don't share a role, but you had the opportunity and you expose yourself. Let's let it rest.
No, let's not go.
Let it rest. Grandma is not insulting. It's not insulting. It's not insulting.
Let's go, Pacho.
Okay, so let me do that. If it's offense listeners, the one a grandma giving respect to her as a grandma, no, is offensive to the person whose flag bearer calls the sitting vice president Jack Toronto. I know there any problem. But let me not digress. Let me continue.
Go back to Professor Jane now.
Pacho, so back to her. Okay, same way, no. It came back to said in Tamaklo, it comes back to several things that happened under her watch. In fact, people have run through a gamut of make us say infractions. Obi pointed out say special needs school was shut down. So I'm not a minister. Education. Okay, said there was a serious scandal. National Service Secretariat. In her own words, okay, I said na in her deputy also spoke to it. Over 20,000 ghost names. It was over 20 million Ghana cedis at the time. Anam Kofo G salary from National allowance from National Service Secretariat under her watch. These things happen. People will raise questions. Inti enrano o manpei dada science so ka say or the health sector be kan ho no ahweso, right? All these aside, no anka say na make us say na de me say almost grandma insulting me mama paying back pe ha. One policy statement or direction I be who say indeed there's something new. So what was disappointing was there's nothing new. What was evident was okay. What was in Tokwane Israel for Tokwane Gaza. One of the biggest human rights infractions is civilians being used as human shields. Now human shields there were 3 levels. Bakuye voluntary, bakuye involuntary. Voluntary ne onwa beka say okay, ye kwako attack enemy base. Right, but attack no civilians winning, so the enemy can't or the opponent can't shoot at them or bomb them because who bomb civilian are a problem. And you involuntary civilians no use them as a guard and they'll be advancing towards their target. And who voluntary human shield because clearly the agenda, which is no different from what they did in 2020. It's literally made care like an arrowhead directions questions ni bibia beba no so that JM no so not tenichia trying to get to the finish line.
That's how you see it.
That's how I see it, because hard talking, not admitting that the challenges they had as well were real, not realizing that when you use the expression so because a healer say be heal no so Ghana na yesa na yare na say Ghana no, I don't know how to.
That's a healing process. Maybe more.
It's a healing process.
There's a lot of mismanagement on the part of this current administration. But there's a lot of injustice in this current administration. There's a lot of unfairness in this administration. So, not to threaten, but to straighten every misdeed under my watch. That's it.
And as a misdeed, no, can a bit trace it back to a time, because you do not wipe slates clean. So if we are saying we are wiping the slates clean, then we'll give the same grace to the MPP. We will question the omoye ye be bisa say ono and unkofo bisa me say me any problem, but me who say there's a certain agenda beyond here right now that protects their flag bearer. And untina sebi ye no human shielder eja
ona two bullets
mami pay mu a wako nenim hwe school a wako ne ade ne abegina on the speech where ma say kan no wa kan be ko omode
if you acknowledge that oye sebi mami pay mu oye professor and professor one cause what breaking ground can say what for the mama say onye mami oda for
that speech there's a team of people omotena say
because at the end of the day,
I'm not saying
exactly. At the end of the day, so
Sebi, Anka, Yeshemu ye Anka. The interjections are a bit too much. Let me land. Mr. Rewa, me the miniman say incoming. We didn't say, and I say insults, there were jabs, there were veiled threats. In fact, me say Bakubia me who ye that snippet was extracted. Say only EC fellow about his own. If there are any issues with the EC, I think there's a way to even go about it.
But you also have to admit that
she's
political talk
to, yes, but that is the difference we are seeking. Say anka obi awabada no there's a setting dynamic be a best sakakra we put them in a make on me paying your tiaka say I didn't know outdoor in any unveiling, but bottom line a tough atonsum, and I don't think say it was necessary for it to even have gone the way it did.
Okay,
being used as a human shield just say what school do a nimpa look oshe credentials no pa. But when you get into a certain political party, you can't help but toe a certain line in tea.
I see.
I wish her all the best, and I hope say the 2020, in terms of policy, sebi into me and church there was no cohesion, cohesiveness with their message. Me bonfire say, it goes well. It goes well as far as realizing say they are not going to realize these things, but me fancy
your break mami try me home right your break pa we have about 40 more minutes it's your break yeah but here
Midinde Frederick ni yate amugi mende mfie eduoson enum me wo mankasa majuma na mesan ye sinitwene nso maye sinihu adwuma be ye mfie eduonum miensa minni moja mroso ana esichire yare biara be ye mfie eson ne a mihu ise se migunsu a na mayase ya meyaw eye ohaw maame efise na mihu amane na se megu nsu mpo a minya tinka se junso ni bi akamu ehya ase no na enye ohaw bebre nanso mfie mienu a etwamu yi ohaw no jensem afi kurade na mebre ankasa ansa junso no aba mete oyaw bebre metinka se junso ni bi aka junso to anu mini membu sianfuru tu kwa kwakurase me babere manu a oken free no gina okwan mpen pi sene ebeye megunsu edu anajufa anajufa na me kornemu a me sore bebru mpen esia akogunsu asana ade achi ade esisa masetna pakra eyinti me hokanfo ne me manyina to me fuse me nko ayaresabia nkohu doctor mikoduru hɔ no doctor no ma mekoye scan any lab nhwehwemu eyima ohun sɛ menya ɔhaw bi a ɛkyerɛ sɛ me prostate no ayɛ kɛse eyinti doctor no ma me edru a ɔpɔtɔ kase mu no wɔfrɛ no orthodox prostate drug na emwa me prostate no a ayɛ kɛse no sɛ woyɔ berema no wenya mfie aduanan rekɔ a ɔbrɛmo asetena ɛnyɛ mmerɛw koraa na minnim sɛ wanhwɛ wo prostate no yie a etumi sisan wasetena pa ɔbrɛ a ufam sɛ dwonso account ɔyaw a ufam bre a urigunsu anadwo sorry a ɛboro mpengasia sɛ rukogunsu atinka sɛ dwonso no bi aka wo dwonso toa mu ɛyɛ ɔhaw pii me deɛ doctor ka kyerɛ me sɛ me prostate ayɛ kɛse nti me hyɛ ase sɛ merefa abrɔfo prostate eduro no me prostate akwantu yi mɛtoa so wɔ nea edi eyi echi no mu bio w'anuwam na wiɛnwaso
sɛ woyɛ bɛrima hyɛaseɛ ne to anamɔ ɛwɔ wo prostate apɔmuden ho abra wo de prostate 60 ɛbɔ ho ho ban
wobɛnya bi wɔ pharmacy chemical ɛne herbal shop bia mu anaa frɛ yɛn wɔ 024 649 0116
prostate 60 wo prostate apɔmuden ɛne wapɔmuden.
With the recent increase in electricity tariffs and fuel prices, power, although unreliable, has become expensive, and owning a noisy generator becomes a headache rather than luxury. For an affordable and durable electricity solution, you need to go solar with Translight. Feel the independence, experience the comfort, and be productive. Translight Solar. Wherever there is sunlight, there is Translight. Think solar. Think Translight. Locate us at 98 Boundary Road, East Legon, in between ARS and the American House at the White House bus stop. Visit our website at translightsolar.com. Call us on 0504-249-229 or 0206-542-454 or reach us through email info@translightsolar.com.
The Gopil's lemon throat lozenges, abro. Gopil's lemon throat lozenges. Emma hoto wa minimu yao so. Emma sentrene ahoto wo ewane minimu yawa ebata ho te se. Yarea mwawa a edin yarewaba. Cigarette no, ensano, ene mframa asenso. One tentem so. Gopil's echa ewa ene minimu yao so. Gopil's lemon throat lozenges a eyemrel no. Chicha utekrema so. Bra wore tafre wo wenum. Get set go. Enye mankola o mundi influencia. Emene anase enre lozenges no. Se wonom na se wonwan to wa. Ene ko hu doctor Sambek Pharmacy Limited. And imported gold pills. Almost one no distribute. If you try coin, Timber Market, Ashaman Runabout, your pharmacies and over the counter medicine sellers. Open to do it to any friend 024 705 3104 and 059 329 3734. FDA Aji Jodian Kratoi Atu.
Malaria fever, typhoid fever, body and menstrual pain, cold and jointed, loss of appetite, mono, say a punua,
akwanya hodo kese no boasi sinkura kese a enipa tete mu no die yetumi di ye hoto so no wo homre bia wo yente hia dem afei yen trotro no so boa ma yetumi di akonia ba mre bia ena chef fefe so ma ye lorry kwan so ye nika boga ye tutema asɛn di dwuma ahodoɔ wɔ yɛ abrabɔ mu enti hwɛ wɔn yie na ma wɔn fango a ɛbɛma asɛn no di dwuma yie ɛno ne Shell fango a wɔnam Dynaflex nimdeɛ kwan so ayɛ no tumi hohoro ɛhyɛn engine mu kama na ɛbɔ ho ban ma ɛdi dwuma yie ɛhyɛn biara hia Shell fango wo Shell fango gu engine mu na bɛ ɛhyɛn no nya ɔdɔ a ohia na ɔde atu kwan ahomeka so.
Ghana Fui Franco Esa the electrical appliances for just washing machines, agent women, yopo, CCTV cameras, any dog clear. I be you know that. Seba mobile phones, this are iPhones, Infinix, Nokia, Samsung, any the keka anyone says you na Franco. In our binya the papa, ne water foam say Franco air conditioners, every 1.5, adequacy 2.5 horsepower, Samsung Franco TV, every 32, adequacy 85 inches. Franco, SSO tabletop, double decker, any chest freezers, and change in a mahoden cry. Franco, Kwabata be a benwo, name of head office, a wada braka, one in Roxy Cinema, Nedian, friend 0246 422 338, and a 055 5939 311. Franco, electrical appliances, papa,
Across Africa, a new era has begun. Shifting our focus to a new horizon, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Today, we are making a brighter tomorrow, built by our dreams and our energy. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future. Together. EcoBank. A better way, a better.
Effective for relief from cough, sore throat, and throat irritation. New Honey Cough. Class away. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advert is FDA approved.
Constituency watch your first from Kwa and what's some perfect radio to Cassia Ekosiisen so now free election yet yet in Bell constituency sunset and when you force what is some way anyhow I'm on your pocket same you and this silly MPP one now will see for what's up so Samson of political parties the movement I can anti-parliamentary candidates regional and constituency party executives sitting MMDCs no more Upenya Quenya beside Yakuma face to face. Your parties now constituency no near Eha constituency in Sebeka was Naya Fifi parties the manifestos no Ashe Wakudwa. One says some person so Ashe Sakusi saying Oswanemo Asona form. Tia Sana Baya Behuda Yaba Petriaso na was here. As a perfect constituency watch and Basu Fia Debia 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Yeshasia Bekoba 50 constituencies and Sana Fia Batona Biso. As a perfect constituency watch.
Asempa FM. Asempa FM.
Waman hene pamena sande. Waman hene pamena sande. Waman hene pamena sande. Watena se wakari I want. Waman hene pamena sande. Waman hene pamena sande. Waman hene pamena sande. Watena se wakari I want.
Well, yes, I'm here. 5 minutes. 5 minutes after 6. Quickly, we've been joined by the Member of Parliament. Honorable Joe Gatti, good evening. I'm to say. Oh, Nyamia, Bibia, come.
Maintenant, me dis fiasa. At a most not the NDA fiasa. What's the NDP candidate to accept now in a usual style? She's lying once again. Master, you election or there's some court. Or there's some court in LMJ because court but Chen Coru. You're filing your papers. Yeah, my lawyer Van Davis also they filed out of time with a way make mistake. They are telling Van Davis the front. Let the matter be heard on its merits. Men use any as illegal as Ibiana for both. But young court no one cast a mean. Yes, for High Court judges. Also, legal point of Van Davis always is. Also, it's all about teacher all the cost for against here. Van Davis, if you can't show the business, they ain't quick quapu. I am Minya, the fact, then J. Memphis appeal. Yeah, my assembly of body. Mean the one before or agreed to me. One baby or court out the baby, and if he a foul witness statement or that foul witness statement, Yimpa, obviously that's our more. Then we go and start. Well, that's what we keep boxing. It's not about allegations. Yes, only one if you after file paper. I went to the file paper though. A pedestrian did but a conscience immunity away and paper filing quapo. Lawyer be able to be said or filing with liberty without liberty to apply. Nothing there. All tracks. I him as full waste of parliament. 138. Tell me, we will not put our job on door. Lawyers will me a sort of out from there. There was nobody prepared to give evidence because there's no evidence. Nobody did anything like that to escape the test. What can't balloting or police station? And by 9 o'clock, I knew my results. I said that we had a system in place. What can we have? They can't be work. They give us. They immediately come and give us the results. We knew our results immediately. It's some okay. There's nothing like that. And I never even went to the collation center. I don't go there. My boys were there. My boys. I talk about 2 or 3 boys in the party boys. Every day don't want to. Then I put something for the next about 100 cars. I will take for 100 cars.
Okay, so Honorable Gatti, and no crowd, Honorable Gatti Pacho, and your man, you know, Oriziwa, Dedikai, presence of armed AK-47 military personnel, and a two, Kania Edumia, the electoral officer was caught trying to change figures.
But that is a matter that you take to court. It's so simple. That is why you went to court. They don't give me a document. This is the first time I say. It's not only court papers and the electoral commission are okay. This is the first time I said it. And before that time, I knew my results. I was not even in Ezekiel at the time. I was in Shama. At that time, we knew our results already. The results, chief, everything we results in one cow. And another commission will change figures. How can you change the figure? Every police station, your agent is there, my agent is there. They announce it to everybody, not one person. Look at 1, 2, 3. People file us next Fijai. Fijai was in the Fijai. People were police agents on both sides were teachers, command bishop process, NDC and NPP, they were all teachers. So what can Fijai? I called my Fijai people. There's something happening in Fijai. This is the house. The NDC people are teachers. We are teachers of secondary school, as supporters. We are standing there. Nothing happened in Fijai. We didn't see any problem in Fijai. And why do I need to bring anybody into a schedule? There are 13 police stations in a schedule. I want every police station in a schedule. The schedule is my own ground. But I want every police station in a schedule. And if I should stand today, I want every police station in a schedule. So I'm tired of the lies. And ask her that she should bring a court paper. That what she's saying about this electoral constitution thing, has she ever said it before? Why did she add it to a process in court? It's a very serious matter. How you can process in court? But in the court process, she never said it. On the she's a lie. She's always lying. And she should stop lying. Just for every station she goes to, I'll call in and she can't continue lying like that. I won't accept it. But just don't continue lying. Everything you say is not true. 100 cars for promises taxi drivers. Come on water with got full of promises.
All right. Joe Gatti, and this also this Uchirimuno etimi aba. That's what to Professor Mark, just quick one.
That's it. My Honorable Joe Gatti, yes, and I think it's rather unfortunate. And it's very symptomatic of what we have been through in the Skadoketan constituency. Case here the court. Nankasa or a lawyer already court papers. And he said, well, Nankasa po me who court that. And Tinara one baby that. And in some Oracan, minim as some Oracan. Second of all, or making insinuation. There, Miss May 100 cars. I mean, MPO. Onya me in a what the common fund what I shall miss him for 20 years. Onya me in a major 1 million cedis or dollars per constituency per year. Onya me in a what the get fund what the shall miss him. Onya me Dr. Grace na what the common fund what the shall miss him for 20 solid years. Me, I'm a private person. I don't work for the government. I've never worked for Ghana government before. And this abane hemeda, MPP abano hemeda. Ti bibiara me yebia me de mankasa miska na me yeden. Minti ye besiaba musora no pa muko edwuma. I sweat and I toil. Na sika na menyan me de bobo amaman. Onu na ye tua ne ka mo ye de me edwuma no. Nti obi a ode ye bisa ne question na onya ame o. Oyo no. Yang get funding crowdfunding no damn when Yang common funding ABBA projects no die here on chram eskado no tina nanka so eskado no on chram there ni fie baby or one market nkwanta no wo no why ne dan on kencham the taxi station now we skado nani mo no no Joe Gatti why ne dan on kencham injesia market wo wa mempiasam wo marketer Kojo Chrome Pentems or marketer. And Tama Chrome or marketer. A shame or marketer. And no war marketer. I am coffee or marketer to them. Some answer. More, no, it's rather unfortunate because I'm the Minyamba Nejuma.
But also, you are aware, say, at the end of canon, your sanity.
No, I'm a chemical for you, mancho for you. I even have videos. Me the bachelor, mancho, yeah.
Which be?
Na more videos I mean me record it into onya sama mente because me mda maka obeka de me manka ne no kwara
court one out you film
me ana me twi me hu film onya me da manka sa individual but party no no we agree there yentwi ye hu film because na rampo court one baby da okay and nanka sa ne party ma me bi a wo fra no homa obegina wo MPP as in the primaries. She's on audio. I will send you the audio there. 2020 no. Mami no Dr. Grace ye rien.
Doc, what's there now?
I cross my heart. Mami should audio no.
Nana Brem na fini be 2020 the Brem. Supreme Court
say there wo riam. Na onye won na wo wa benim na wo chinchim mensanche.
One the cars as
Homani no kai onye one of the MPP for now was or deputy NL.
Robin will play.
She came to run in Skadoketan in this on which has been a prime reason. So she met only she and Nankasa executive. So I am NDC for you. And Nankasa Oracle to the extent that the constituency executive where they had to issue a disclaimer that some no can or then one can ye. But ojina hono odu baby no nyim da sam no or kan or kwechi no obi said there boko de because us say MDs MPP for no wiam until by 2024 no doctor no ya nhwe ne ye ya dem 2000 no pa ye de man no obeda no 5000
Doctor Kwabna Bonfesi what radio university na
mo pocho me charge University of Utah. I'm a professor of surgery.
So unya ba adwuma na charge ujiska one
Abrochiro or Utah University of Utah nya Ghana mpocho me in charge of Ghana University Moko Kevas by University of Cape Coast Medical School, but it's all volunteer. I don't have
nothing.
No, minya benejuma.
Tu kasa na wa kasa.
Man kasa besi ba na moko medjuma minya miska me de medjuma.
No cross strong case and now withdraw.
Oh, so now what's there? Orichar. And they were playing delay tactics, which is, I think, one of the legal things. There's nothing illegal about it. But what play delay tactics on a time now? So, and a party nekade, young case, then you focus on rebuilding the party and refocusing on the upcoming election.
Okay.
I mean, as a piece, me tum. Because me feel that was the right thing to do. But what he just did is rather unfortunate. Because in Kaminona and Kamankasa,
that's how you say all right. Say what can be what no jury say sanity.
No, you were. I miss no I wouldn't name you. I mean, imagine Mikita videos, Mikita audio. Into unfunny evidence, as a lawyer, no, he needs to talk based on evidence. Into unfunny evidence, yes, not anecdotal evidence. Into evidence in the middle command.
Okay, so Nana Pachobrem.
Him more dear.
What
they say was my oh my God. They say main cap prof with the AB. Oh, send me assembly. I came in. I may I dare back what me can say. But before I go on, him say it's not a year. Yeah, my mama, Bema Buzia. It's not a year. It's a Friday, Saturday, so yeah. Your friend is saying a ye, four courts, into a channel. A yin I year coho. Until my Buzia, they know a mamma back up.
Yeah,
and a cabana so yes, okay. Nana, ye cut Bisabi, Bisa Cozy Senate by Mago, dear, then or bed Mago, Eminia. Na, Missika could dean honor. Yeah, or the cocoa, and or the cocoa tia,
Zika saying,
there is Candy as a mutia man.
As well, besides, what's in our is it Shama or so?
New constituency in Pom, so how will he know?
Inti a friend is saying, Doc, yeah, catch on penny for no. O mama metua na mitimi nyame banya bago mo na se mutua man because na enkola na elections no what is sika no nu aduane ma because o mu gina line da be na me kan nipa ye friend say o enkola ni gina line mu a na ye ma mo kwa mo nto aba afi na kom de wo mo inti no necessary opa aduane ma wo mu di inti mesira ma
we are wrapping up
mo try na mo hwe na me so on settle me inti no these are political issues, sir.
Yeah.
But you see, violence in politics, dear, and going to 2024, we should not see that in our politics. Whichever way it comes. Now, me believe we say Mraso says he encouraging man. What I say? Is he encouraging man na yetimi then yetimi koye me mrebi mkovo biti se me kwa askwa ade nu ha o maka ken se mebre nti no a man you should encourage us to be part of the political space because the way I am na the attempt near my woman no enye den emmoa for you to take up the mantle to be a politician no enu de ye sema ngofo mo so ya mo mansam hamudodo obi ka so ya wane kan One case or abrewa. Wonya boy abrewa. Onu oja we ne ho nye fence aketesia fo bebre.
Na wane case or abrewa.
Nketesia mo
doctor o fe de wo ho ya.
Unhuza.
Doctor we komo be wa sa ko fe.
Wo hihya mama me na ho.
O de be ne de o ne ti osura ahoro me nya sure so no mama nya de se
o baby fo.
Onye baby fo no de bo no onsura ahoro ba hihye me ya de sa na mo ya me mpe no nipa na ogina ho no onye week. Onye weekly.
Ofi ene se ase ye mana e week.
As ye portray nas na mama hihye na ahoro ba obi me feel so emre bia ayi obi kokko hihye na ahoro ba no me ka se munya no na nko mekeka bi nche nipa koro.
Oh how?
What is how? Hwe ayi your friend is a former chief justice obi share na ahoro ba obeka bi kire nipa koro ye wie ne case na end
adai
and Nana Jane or you capable of answering people. Mama man nye te said oh when I am
control.
Me dem say control said then you because on her own obetimi aka de opebia wan kan ye a obekira o se ne ese obeka no me bi gya ho no discipline obi o discipline nipa ko independent say agunachi o ti ase nti no onye obi a wo mmre saa asifu say o na obi gi munya no so on pese obeyi ano a munya no pese oyi ano so a munya no o ti man say me na me feel say ahoro ba ni bi o mo hihye no omra no meka bi nkyere wo mo onye dem so onye politics ni ye na nya se mo ba be ye ni say munya de mo keken nipa no na ni nya mmre mamu ma ye hu no anya sa wo ba be dia de na fe na ni adin no yi ba mo se wasesa ho mumie hu no who she is today
and who the real she
I think we see it. She has told us who she is.
She has told be a
woman there's a she now
some mumie who she is so that nyame ye na dom
no ba
ankoya de fufuru ankoya bo bia meka say am hwe so ba wa onya tumi o san na ne din because oba wo mmere no ntimi nwura ne ayu visi wo wura ne mema lectures mema professors you think it's all mobeja but why you successful new obi anya asem in community of education one of the most difficult why you ne pepepe otima say deputy session ase na ye mema ntimi me believe say ono de ebe ne din dia menya sure so wo mmere ya ma na ye miki bi na otewa anu aye bi e da so munya no onye who she is tebe bi e da no de beto ano de ato baby munya sa de na moye no because onye mmere
Doc, wrap up na cousin fire in week.
That's then thank you again to your audience. More waiting for near than one I see. I'm done common why there. But my papa Mahama or the medanasi for picking a woman, Prof Nana Jane or the Mahan. Prof Nana Jane, my sister Nana Yarakan, Minjin Tumde. Yama mamin o look week mamin o onhio biara obo shema we look week mamin on da she stood on her own, she wrote her own speech, she read it well, it was effective in kofu people I wanna yen this for our from ndendo what's into the mamin o kasai papa o kasai mo tasum o kasai magana for kasana wohwehwe from Ghana from penyufo no mamin kasai ma obiara or resounding people understood it and people are happy she spoke that way. These American neutral friends are when you political party what can no pay biara from no pay in tenyenze you're very happy, we are reassured this woman is competent, she's not just any woman, she's a woman with vision, competency who is coming to the vice presidential office or no as a son because on far some na sloganeering na misinformation and disinformation of from by na a vice presidential office for or wa best some vice presidential office no na president Mahama no wa hwe na Ghana no nyama pi na wa kwacho no ono so we wa hwe ma we gina na Ghana a man Ghana mother Ghana wa fanantampa or the fra December 7th 2024.
Thank you so much. Nana, thank you Kozi.
Sometimes the political space it follows Newton's law of motion. To every action,
equal.
There's equal and opposite reaction. And there was a time in our politics, not Ghana for, Ghana for Omutsumi Ahochi, Bomon Party. And it showed in the 2016 elections. Enkoye insumudidi atem. Sebe obia oda omaina noa 4 years going to me and solve power issues. Am I 1 month see and solve it? That is the irony of your team. Yeah, mami, Prof. Ya adona akwaba. Senior Bekanon. Whatever reactions people give over time, media message. Let's not descend into the gutters the way Sebi on the other side actually in the past, irrespective of how high their academic credentials may go. No, yemfa in sema emu na message ye won so no yenko sonton say yenim say era Mahama onyade fufo. Every day, I'm saying ya painting brand new as a shrubofo. But the election of 2024 is clearly a choice between the past and the future. in the future, no, it's clear where the world is heading, and Ghana needs a leader that is a visionary. Maybe the end say, again, and I've said it on several platforms. The last couple of weeks or months, how we call it doomso, localized faults, I would want that. I would wish it to end. And my clear directive and as a clear communication say it's going to end in 10 days. 10 days no do na say eswan ti hua na ne o man hene me ba crowd ni me will be ka. I also know say your running mates announcements it will be received with excitement and will show that indeed we have the people to build this nation. It will be in the 1 year. When they mean to mention, and it's up to Yema president, Yema incoming president, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Let's give him the space to choose who he wants to work with.
Koseka ise mu party no mu ache miensa.
When you onina? When you onina? Apostle. Oh, okay. Ono so ye de naka ho.
Party no mu ache miensa.
Ananya mo PNC.
Oh.
When you dash to mu party nechi.
CBP. Say party dem papa there.
Now so dey na young number be CPP party there lo ajanto ade.
An papa na tia oni so no ekojo botu.
Na say now cast was odia.
Na say me dia omo ma we. Ade asem na kan papa echi na kwa me nkroma twa ni resignation o. Ewo UGCC Congress. Catch it up.
So say
papa echi.
I'm papa echi no mdi table.
It only say.
Obutu ye.
Me na anti-criticizing. Oh yeah, CPP.
Oh wow. Yeah, so about something we do.
I'm telling you, papa echi, me papa ma me kaso en ncho, me papa. UGCC time apa UGCC for some ba be ye kwa me nkroma treasure. Aka kwa me nkroma e ba be G position. Me catch your ko ba be G position no.
No, now we guy.
I make a job papa echi. CPP papa dey ade asem na aken.
To be able to change